Hi there, it's Kathy with Be Creative with Kathy. I'm going to open the window a little bit and get some more sun. There we go, now we have some natural light. Sorry, now I have a frog in my throat. So it's Kathy with Be Creative with Kathy. And last Thursday I shared a really cute card and a technique with you, and it mainly focused on the technique. So today we're going to make the card together. And I don't even have a sample to show you because I mailed them both out. I made cards for my sister and her nieces, my niece's dogs, and we used the I'm not a good one at words today, I guess. We made the masks. There we go. We made the mask for die cutting. We're going to use those again today, but I'm going to make a cute card for you. So we're going to use the Cutest Crew bundle to make a banner card. Okay, so I think what we're going to do first is we're going to stamp all the pieces and have those, except this one. We need to die cut these pieces here. I'm totally not organized today. Hope you can bear with me. Let's do some stamping. So with the Memento ink, and I have been practicing. If you've heard, Stampin' Up! Has come out with a new hybrid ink, and I have been practicing with the hybrid ink. I'm just not there yet. I think anytime you get a new product, now not that you have to practice with a ink pad, because you put the ink or the stamp on the ink and poof, you have it done. But with the coloring and stuff and how long it takes to dry and stuff, and it's still not even available. So anyway, I'm using Memento, but I am still playing with the hybrid ink to see what I think of it and how it works and when it dries and what to use with it, what doesn't work with it, blah blah blah. Anyway, okay, so real quick, we're going to color these things, and since I stamped it with the black Memento, I'm going to use Stampin' Blends, and you can see I have a ton of them here. So I'm going to just, as I go, I will tell you what color that I'm using, and then I have a few little techniques at the end that I'll share with you. So this is, no, we don't want light granny ink. I want dark granny ink. That's light granny ink. See, I brought them all out. I use my Stampin' Blends at classes, so they really get used and abused. So sometimes I just have to check and make sure that I have one, that this is a good tip and this is really inky, because some of them are loved and used up and don't work so well anymore. But that's all I'm doing with the Granny Apple Green. After all of that, and all I did was color 4 little leaves, very little leaves. Let's do some daffodils. This is Darling Duckling. We're gonna save that. Well, that's we have it here. I'm gonna just do their little dog tags here in the Darling Duckling. And really, do you have to use these colors? No, you could probably do way better. I am terrible at colors. My daughter comes around and she is very, very artsy-fartsy. I guess that's not a nice word to call her. This is Daffodil. But she can see colors so much better than I can that it's just crazy how some people see color and I don't. I have trouble finding the perfect color. Sorry, I was looking for something else and I can't find it, so let's keep going. Anyway, so my color is probably not the best. You could probably color it way better than I do, but I just want to color one of those little flowers, and let's see. Oh, that's a pretty good. Let's just color it yellow, and I think that's all I'm going to color yellow. One little flower, just making things bright and happy. I've already used the green. Let's do, what color is this? This is Fresh Freesia Dark. Let's just color another little flower, Fresh Freesia, and give it some dark purple here. I know I've turned into making coloring the most boring thing on the planet. This is dark, pretty, and pink. Let's color another little flower, pretty and pink. And really what I'm doing now is just using up all the colors I have over here, knowing that I've got everything colored. I'm going to save those for the end because I want to show you a technique with these. This is an 800, so it's one of those neutral Stampin' Blends, but I think it was the best color for a dog that looks like a yellow lab, because one of my niece's dog is Calypso, and she kind of looks like a yellow lab. Really, she's a mutt, which I think is my favorite kind of dog, and but she's got that yellow lab color, so I'm going to color this using this 800, and so it's part of, like I said, the neutral set. There we go. So we have our yellow lab. Wait, she's not very colored very well. Okay. And then her little tongue that's sticking out, I'm going to do real red. And it says this is the dark, but I thought I used the light, but it doesn't matter. One little tongue there for a dog's tongue. Okay. Then we have, is this dark? Yep, dark smoky slate, because Calypso or Nova, who's my sister's dog, resembles a black lab. And if you color it in black, you lose all the little black stamped images on the stamp. So I'm going to color it dark basic gray. Nope, I'm sorry, dark smoky slate. And then that way it looks like a dark or a black lab. So just a quick little, and I promise this is, hopefully you can fast forward if you're not watching me live and you're watching me on the repeat, you can fast forward through all my coloring. Coloring is not my thing. I would much rather fussy cut. That's a technique I'd rather do than color, which some people find rather interesting. You know, now she has a, I'm going to kind of just color her all over again so that she's one color and doesn't look too bad. Get her a nice black looking lab kind of dog thing here. Okay, does that look better? Better, okay, nonsense. Then I do have, this is one of my favorite colors. This is bronze, and I'm gonna take this little dog here and give it kind of a brown. Now I think this might be an older bronze because it's pretty light. Some of my blends are very old, and so they don't have the color in them like they used to. Maybe if I use the other tip, it might be a little bit darker. So when you get bronze, I think it looks a little bit darker than this, but it is one of my favorite browns of the markers. There we go. What other colors we have in here? Oh, here, this is a good one. This is dark melon mamba. If I can get the lid off of this one. Okay, there we go. I'm going to just color that last flower. And then I'm going to get Calypso's little, there we go, her little scarf right there. Okay, then with some dark pecan pie, find the dark, I'm going to just give this dog, oh, and I guess I'm going to use the brush tip. No, I'm not. I got to use the bullet tip because otherwise I go out the lines. I'm going to just color his ears here, give him some character. Maybe put a little spot here on his tail, a little spot here on his back. Well, let's give him one brown paw, a little spot here, maybe another little spot there. So he's just kind of like a little spotted dog. And I hope you can see that. Okay, I've used all of them except my color lifter. These are all just lights or darks of the same thing. Now with my Azure Afternoon, I'm going to take and color in this little scarf here. And since this scarf has so much room, which really it's not, it's small, but it has room, we can then take the dark, and I'm going to use that paintbrush tip, and I'm going to just give it little dots. And you know what? The paintbrush tip is looking the same color. Let's go, there we go, and just make it into a little spotted, so it looks something like that. Can you see how now it's spotted? I think that's adorable. Okay, now I missed one thing. With my highlighter or my color lifter, you could take the bullet tip and in that dark color, just hold the bullet tip down there, and that gives your flower, look, a little white. Can you see the little center of my flower is now white? I thought that was adorable. And then we've talked about Stampin' Up's new white gel pens. And if you heard me in the past, you know that I can't get them out of the package. There we go. That I have numbered my number 1 and 2. Now they are in test mode right now because white gel pens frustrate me. That's what I'm going to say. And I'm testing Stampin' Up's new ones, which will be available in the new catalog in May, to see if they're really good white gel pens or if they dry out. Some dry gel pens, you use it one time and it works perfect when they're new. Excuse me, and then you leave them aside and you come back to use them again and they're dried up and don't work. But look, my white gel pen from Stampin' Up! So far is passing the test. And look how cute if I put just little white, I'm going to go over this with center that we use the lifter from. And looky there, now my little flowers have cute little white centers. Okay, I'm done coloring. Yay! The boring part is over. Let's do some, oh, now we're going to stamp on here with some gorgeous grape. And I'm going to just stamp a happy birthday. Now, here's a confession. Now I can't find it. Where did it go? Here it is. I'm going to use the virtual card making stamp set. Now, this is on the last chance list. And if you didn't do Stampin' Up's virtual card making class, I think it was worth it. I highly suggest you do. First of all, look at the stamp set. This is the bonus stamp set that you get in the kit, and I think it's wonderful. And this, show you one more time, this happy birthday, I think is my favorite stamp of all time. And it fits perfect on this card. So I'm even going to use my positioning tool block, I guess you call it, to stamp this. I think it's easiest to stamp something this size on a little piece of paper that I can line it up here. My head might be in the camera and I apologize. And my paper moved, but okay, here we go. I can kind of set it down and see if I have it where I want it. Move my paper. Did my head get in the camera? It looks pretty good. And then I can stamp it down. I hope maybe someday Stampin' Up! Sells these as just extra things for their stamp positioner, which is, it was a bonus for a join back in February, and now it's going to be in the new catalog in May. Yay. Okay, we're going to set that aside for now too, and let's do some die cutting. We're going to need those later. First thing we're going to die cut is this here. This is our card base. It's 4 1/4 by 11. I'm going to go ahead and fold it in half, and then using these great big party banner dies, which I absolutely love. And I'm not sure which size, so I'm going to pull them all out here. Look, there is a boatload of them. Oh, and one came loose. You don't belong there, you belong there. Maybe that's the one we're going to use. I'm going to find one that is about the same size. Nope, that one's too small, but we'll need that one. So I'm going to hang on to him. Take the next one. I want one that is about the same size as our cardstock, and there it is. So that's the one I want to use. And you can see, I guess if you're interested, let's count from the outside in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this one is the 5th from the biggest. Let me move stuff around so I have room to work. Now I'm going to use Post-it tape to hold my die in place. And I'm going to take my Post-it tape and lay it down on my table or my workspace, and then I'm going to attach the die to it, and then I'm going to take my cardstock and try to see. It's folded pretty good, so it doesn't really matter, but I'm going to lay my cardstock on there just below this cut line up here, making sure it gets all the sides. So see how I can see the die has covered my sides here? In fact, I'm going to move it a little bit this way. And now that Post-it tape is going to hold it for me. So let's bring in our plates and set this down like this. Now I can double check it. Yes, it still looks good. It's going to give a little border for our card. Bring in the die cut machine. We'll run that through. And then we're going to have a top fold card that is in a banner shape. There we go. Whoop. And then this comes off, and now you have a card that opens and closes like that. Cute and easy, right? Well, now we need to do the layers for it. Looking for my trash can, but I found it. So we're going to go ahead and cut 2 at a time. So I just have a piece of designer series paper. This is from the Notes of Love. I love this purple pattern. This is on the discontinued list. So if you want that, be sure and don't wait too long before it sells out, and get you some pattern paper. I'm going to turn it this way because I want this side. And then I'm going to go ahead and lay my scrap of white. I believe this is 5 1/4 by 4, but doesn't matter. We just need one big enough for the inside of our card. And I'm going to take this, whoo, barely. I guess it's big enough, huh? Let's take some more Post-it note and tape that down. I thought this was a little bigger than that. We'll tape it down so it doesn't move. And I can just do both of those at the same time. One is going to be the front and one is going to be the inside of our card. We'll run this through there. And see, by now, our gel pen should be dry on our dogs, and we can cut those out next. Okay. So we have those two pieces. Like I said, one will layer nicely on the front and one will layer in the center. Now, I'm going to leave this not attached, but we're going to use this purple. I decided to add a little bit of that. Well, if I can't get it off of there. Let go. There we go. I got a mess here. Anyway, as I was saying, I'm going to use that purple for the inside of my card too. So we won't set that too far. Let's go ahead and cut out our dogs. We got to get rid of this long piece here. We'll set that there. We're going to use our dog's mask. Get that where we want it. Let's get another piece of Post-it tape. Oh, look, I had it almost perfect. Looks pretty good. What do you think? Like that? Let's straighten it out just a little bit. I love this mask idea. You can see, if you didn't catch my video, you can see I just took a scrap paper and ran that die through there. Which die are you asking me? This die here. That is the dog's. I believe it's this one. Yep. And cut that out, and then you can use it as a template, and then you take it and slip it inside that groove. You kind of feel it pop into place, and then we're going to tape that down. And now when we run it through, it's going to be perfect with no guessing. Yay! Okay, then I think we have all of our die cutting done, and we can just assemble our card. And did you see that? I threw my pieces on the floor. Okay. Let's see how we did. Yep, as usual, still pretty good. I didn't do very good down here. I wonder if my mask slipped a little bit. Darn it. Here, I was showing you how great my mask is, and then the one time I use it, it's not perfect, but he's still pretty good. Looks like I might have to make a new mask now because I tore it with my tape. That stinks. All right, let me put my die away and put my masks away. I like to just keep them here in the front cover, and that way I have them at all times. All right. Oh, before we do that though, I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer and just cut about a 1/2 inch of my designer series paper here. Nope, this one. Like this. And I'm going to go ahead and tape it to the top of the inside of my card. I think this is going to look good. I should tell you on my videos, do what I say and not what I do, because I usually get stuff crooked or I mess stuff up. I'll show you what not to do rather than what to do perfect, because I am not perfect, trust me. Not even close. But I think that's straight. And we'll just trim that off there, and look how cute. Now we're going to stamp on that before we put it inside our card, but now it's ready to go. Let's go ahead and attach this to the front of our card. There we go. And we'll finish the front of our card. The other thing I did already, because I found them on my desk, was I took these party alphabets and I cut out an H and a B from Designer Series paper, and that is from the Made with Love Designer Series paper, which is also on the discontinued list. So be sure and check out that list of all that's retiring or going to be discontinued, because I think they are going fast and the list is quite huge. I'll use that word. The little bit of dimensionals, we're going to pop these up on dimensionals. And these letters are bulky enough that you can use just the standard dimensionals. And I'm probably going overboard, but I guess I want them pretty sturdy, so I'm going to put a bunch of dimensionals on there. I don't usually go overboard with dimensionals, but maybe today's the day, huh? Hi, Peggy. Hi, Joni. Sorry, I miss your name and I don't tell you hi. Thank you for watching, but I am terrible at paying attention to two things at once. So when I'm making cards, I usually look down and don't look over at the computer to see who's watching. But I appreciate you all watching, although at the same time, when people watch, it makes me pretty nervous, which is kind of funny because here I am putting myself out there. Okay, here. So I'm going to just gently set my H there. I'm not going to apply any pressure in that way if I need to move it, but I think that's about where it's going to go. And it doesn't have to be perfect. There's no such thing as perfect cards. Only handmade, beautiful cards. Let's see. Yeah, my H needs to go over just a hair. So let's pop those up and move them over a little bit. Like that. And then like that. Oh, and look. Maybe I die cut my flowers are going upside down. Did you see that? Look at my flowers on my bee are upside down. It'll be interesting when I send out the card if anybody will notice that my letters are upside down. I'm not going to tell anybody. Okay, so we need to trim our birthday. Let's bring that trimmer back in. We're going to trim that down so that my borders are about the same. We'll get close. That looks pretty good. Trim my happy birthday down. And then we're going to put this up on dimensionals. Like that. And then just going to set this right under, centered as best I can. What do you think? Look pretty good? Looks good enough to me. Then, before I put my dogs down, because, wait, I have some Post-it tape stuck to the end. Boy, it's really stuck on there. There we go. Get rid of that. Okay, I'm going to stick two little dimensionals. I'm going to put one right here. And one, I'm going to slide. Let me find my pokey tool. I'm going to slide under here, and that's going to help hold my little dogs on there like that. You know what, in fact, I'm going to put just a little bit of liquid glue behind this dog, and he'll stick to the base of that bee, and then they'll really be stuck down. Put my little dogs like that. Well, guess what? I forgot to take the backs off my dimensionals. No, that one's off. This one wasn't off. I'm like, it's not even sticking. But you got to take the backs off your dimensionals to get them to stick. And looky there, just like that. Isn't that cute? I think it's adorable. Now for the inside, I'm going to bring in a piece of scratch paper. And boy, don't look at my scratch paper. It is definitely loved. And that grape, gorgeous grape ink again. And we're going to put some paw prints along this edge of my banner. So I'm going to start a little bit above the point, and that way I can kind of start the next row like so they're endless. That's what I'm trying to say. And two fit perfect right there. Now let's put two right here and another one right here. And then you have those cute little paw prints running around on the inside of your card. That. We'll put this on the inside. And there you go. There's your card. Now, I thought about putting embellishments on there, but I like it the way, well, let's look at those, I always call them the lavender embellishments because they went with the lavender suite a long time ago, and they're purple. Let's see if I have any handy. And I don't, but look, I do have these little pearls. Bling. I just couldn't find embellishments that I like. Oh, I know. Looky here. We'll go with the stars. Stars always work. Look how cute this is going to be. Yes. That's what I should have put. I didn't put anything on Calypso and Nova's cards, but look how cute those little stars look. That's the best. That's what I should have put on theirs. I'm going to tuck that one under there. That's the embellishments that we needed. Worked out perfect. All right, now I'm super happy. Look how cute that little card is with those little stars on there. Hi, Glenda. Nice to see you. Thanks for being here. All right, that's what I have for you today. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions. I don't have anything else to add. I'll see you back here Monday. And I have a really cute book card. I think Karen asked me to make the book card for my swap video, and I have it all ready to go. But this one got in the way today. But next week, I'll make the book card for you. Alrighty. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you back here next time. Alright. Bye-bye.